Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this 4MCAD training course, and the topic for today will be layers. So layers in this program in 4MCAD are like the transparent overlays that you can use when working with manual drafting. We can use layers to organize different types of drawing information. And inside a program, each entity inside a drawing exists on a layer. When you draw an entity, it is automatically created on the current layer. So what are these and where can we find these layers? So basically there are several ways, but to explain you, we can deal with layers dealing with this window here. So we have almost all the symbology and all the control we can have about layers in this window. But the most complete window to deal with this, it is open, for example, with this Explorer window that we've seen in our previous lesson. So when we use the layers, we open this dialog box, okay? So the first thing to explain is how to create and how to give a name to a layer. There are several ways we can use these icons here, but I will prefer to do things inside this drawing area. So right click with the mouse and then just new layer, and you'll get a new one on the list. So this is how to create a layer, and then you can give it a name, whatever you want, okay? Layer 1, for example. This is the first important thing. Then the other notion that is, I explained when we start this lesson, that each entity, when it is drawn to the current layer, okay? And the current layer, it is the one that has this sign here. So you have the layer name and you have this sign. So this is the current one. So you see the 0. So the 0 is the current layer. When I draw something, it will be placed on the 0. But if I choose another one here, for example, the layer 1 that I've just created, now if I draw something, it will be placed in this layer. Let's go to the list, and you see now I have this symbol in layer 1. So this is the current one. Another feature that layers have, and you can see in each line of this window, you have a couple of symbology. So one of the features, it's the idea of on and off, so a lamp. And with this lamp, if I click, okay, you see it tells me, warning, you are turning off the current layer. I don't want to. The current layer should be always on, otherwise it will be, when we draw entities, they are turned off. So for example in this one, so you see the lamp is off. Okay, and off, it is something that we can make to put entities that we may need or may want invisible. And these invisible entities, they are not deleted, just they are not displayed and they are not printed. Okay, let us make a brief example. For example, okay, layer 1, let us make this line, for example, a line. So this line, it is on the layer 1 because it's the current layer. If I go to the window, now I will say this is the current layer. So let's make this on. Okay, and I know that this line, it is on the layer 1. So if I go layer 1 and say lamp off, you see the line disappear. Lamp on, and the line appear again. Okay, this is the idea of visibility. But besides this on-off, you have this freeze-thaw, and in practical terms it will make the same thing, but it will turn entities off. Let us try again. Layer 1, now the sun and the snow, so it is off. But this idea of freeze-thaw has a deeper concept behind, because in fact it will freeze the entities, but they will not be regenerated, or in the mathematical algorithm behind, they will not be considered. They are there, but they are not considered. So this is the idea of the freeze and thaw, or the sun. Okay. You have also another symbol, that is this lock and lock. Okay, and the lock and lock, when this is open, then I can deal with the entities, delete them, edit them, so it's no issue. But if I close it and do the lock, now I have this, you see, I can grab the points, but for example, if I try to delete the entity, okay, it will not, it's not possible to choose the entity. And again, I can control this on this window. Okay, so it is very practical. Now I have a couple of issues that are similar, and one of the issues is the color. The line type is the same, and the line weight. So color and line type, basically it's a characteristic that you have in any entity inside the program. So if I say color and choose a different color, okay, you see now that the entity, it is red because it's inside the layer. The same will happen for the line type. Okay, if I choose a different line type, it will happen the same. And the same also for the line weight. Okay, I can choose a different line weight and apply to the layer. It is the same. So these three characteristics are very similar. Finally, I have two things. First, print style. The print style, it is a characteristic if we use, in this case I'm not using, but if I use the print style, I can change the look of entities when I'm printing without effectively changing the entity, so I can apply some characteristics. And I have these interesting features about print, that if I click on the symbol and I get this red cross, then if I try to print, all the entities on the layer that I've blocked are not considered for the print. So this is very interesting in terms of layer. And again, as we started this lesson, this is a very nice way to organize information. I invite you to see the exercise examples we are publishing, both in 2D and 3D, because in there we deal with the layers to make different types of entities, so it's a nice place for you to see how to deal with these layers. Anyway, if you need any help or you have any questions, you know how to reach us, so be my guest to send us an email or make a comment on the video comments area.